Don't pay attention. Just be
I don't
obnoxious.
understand. I thought I'd work that out. If you mess around with it while you're setting it up, then it does this orientation thing. But I didn't mess around with it, but it still does.
Yeah. The first time I live streamed it did it to me, and I just went with it.
Yeah.
Not much I could do.
Morning, folks.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. That's a good morning from you and me.
Yeah. So nobody on there yet.
Ah, that's all right.
They're always on. Catherine. Hey, Catherine.
Hello.
Hey, Marguerite.
Hello, Marguerite.
Catherine pipped you there, Marguerite. Sneaky. Hey, Wanda.
Hey, Wanda.
And Pinstar. Everybody's piling on.
Hi.
It's going to start off with a nice little shot of a ducky. One little duck. Oh, maybe they're coming over now. One at a time. They can come puddling over.
Hello.
I'm going to zoom in here. Oh, I can't even see what I've zoomed into.
He's coming this way. You're coming this way. Hello.
Oh, there we go. I've got it zoomed in right.
Do you think we got something for you? No. We've got something for you.
Brave little duckies, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
He's coming straight for us.
Yep.
Sorry if I'm focusing on the wrong thing. I got that stupid little overlay on the screen. I can't see again.
Pretty bumpy.
They are gorgeous. There you guys. Oh, did I
Yeah, they like the music. Oh.
Going over to check out the speaker. Anyway, slightly distracted, sorry folks. That's right. Nobody else has piled on yet. Oh, we lost them. Where are they? Go away for 1 second. Oh, can we see them there? Oh, there's some back here. Don't know where they're going. Left all their mates behind.
We'll just walk up the middle of the road.
Around us. Okay. On a mission. Okay. Swing it back here. There's their mates over there. Go and zoom in that one. Anyway, that's our little nature program for this morning. Here we be, just for something different. A Canadian. Okay, we might have a visitor at some point. Lovely Marguerite. Hi, Paul. Yeah, what did you do to the Pope? We've got lovely hazel poppies this morning, and the ever reliable Dave. Where would we be without Dave? In a mess. I'll just sit back here for a minute until we get started, otherwise all you'll be able to hear is the speaker. I might have a visitor or two this weekend. Hope he was toast ages ago. Yeah, well, we shall see where that goes. Where the next one is. Oops. Oh, Marguerite. The gym, good on ya. Okay, let me come down here. We're looking at. Let's skim around that way. Can see incoming traffic. In case something interesting comes along. You never know. Okay, maybe to it.
The Ode of Remembrance. They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end, against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.
Lest we forget.
Lest we forget.
Governor General, this letter is a direct appeal from an ever-growing group of Australian people, both here and at home. We call on you to action the public reveal of the unredacted findings in the police report from the Wood Royal Commission 1995 to 1997. The Wood Royal Commission, as catalogued with the Police Integrity Commission, resulted in a 90-year suppression order containing 28 names of alleged pedophiles of prominent stature, including judges, government officials, an ex-Prime Minister and others. That our Australian government has made no attempt to undo the 90-year suppression order for the supposed safety and well-being of the population is unacceptable. Revisited again in 2015 in the Senate Legal and Constitutional Affairs Legislation Committee meeting, the then Senator Bill Heffernan delivered the same request for the findings to be released to the public. As the Senator stated, it's not so much the secret that's the problem, it's when a group of people such as the 28 keep each other's secrets. Further into his appeal, he quoted the judge of the day. We decided not to revisit that issue because the public would lose confidence in the judiciary. Governor General, how can you justify the 90-year suppression order of the police report from the Wood Royal Commission, given that the Australian taxpayers paid out roughly $64 million on the case? We have a right to full disclosure of the investigations. 28 years later, we have stood each week since August 30, 2021 at Government House in Queensland, and daily since the 7th of February 2022 here in the nation's capital. Each and every one of us knows someone who has survived the appalling industry of child trafficking and pedophilia. It is up to the men and women of Australia to determine their level of confidence in the police, judiciary system, the media, yourself and Parliament on this matter. Yours sincerely concerned men and women of Australia.
Good morning, Samantha. Today I'm going to speak a bit more about frequency, vibration, consciousness. I've read out this stuff before, but I don't know that I've read it out to you. It all ties in with the things I've been speaking about in the last couple of weeks. We have been denied knowledge of the truth about the power we each hold. Quantum mechanics and the law of vibration tell us that everything in the universe is in constant movement and is vibrating at a specific frequency. Everything you can touch and see, and everything you can sense and feel. Your thoughts and feelings have vibration and frequency. Emotions are energy in motion. The law of attraction, which is another of the 12 universal laws, tells us that like attracts like. Therefore, things with the same frequency must attract each other. So what frequency are you predominantly putting out, Samantha? What are you attracting with your emotions? A map of consciousness was developed by Sir David R. Hawkins, a spiritual teacher. This map outlines the frequencies of different emotions. The lower frequencies, between 20 and 175 hertz, correspond with patterns or paradigms of survival. Those frequencies include shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, and pride. They're all your survival emotions. Low frequency. Then as you move up to the next paradigm, which is reason and integrity, which starts at 200 hertz for courage. Neutrality and trust is 250. Optimism, willingness, 310. Acceptance, forgiveness, 350 hertz. And reason, understanding, at 400 hertz. Hopefully most people are within that paradigm and have come out of the survival paradigm, although that would be where the governments, the controllers, they want us all in the survival paradigm, because then we are controllable, we are obedient, we don't think for ourselves, because we're just trying to survive. As you raise your frequency, you move up into the spiritual paradigm. Unconditional love, it's 500 hertz. Joy, 540. Peace, 600. And then ultimately to enlightenment, which resonates between 700 and 1,000 hertz. It has been said that one individual resonating at the peace frequency of 600 hertz counterbalances the negativity of 10 million people resonating in the survival paradigm frequencies. One person at 500 hertz, the unconditional love frequency, counterbalances 750,000 people in the survival paradigms. Someone at 300 hertz counteracts 90,000 people resonating at below 200 hertz. So then, it would take only 5 people who resonate at 300 hertz, which is optimism, willingness, to counterbalance the entire population of Canberra if they were in the emotional state of survival. So yeah, the power that an individual has is immense, and that knowledge has been purposely hidden from us. And this is also ties in with the quantum particle theory, quantum physics, which I've spoken about before. So it's not the hooey-fooey thing that you might think it could be. So it would take one person resonating at the unconditional love frequency of 500 hertz to counteract Canberra, the population resonating at survival paradigms. For Sydney's population, it would take about 7 people at the love frequency to counteract the negativity of the survival emotions of Sydney's population. And then when we come together as a group, as we have done here for 3 years, the power of being together with people of a higher frequency has a greater synergistic effect. And it doesn't matter if those people are here physically with us or not. It doesn't matter where they are on the entire planet. And we have people that join us online every day from England, from America. It doesn't matter where they are. When we come together, physically or spiritually, the effect that we are having is immense. Because we are not in survival mode. We are not living in a state of fear. Because once you've seen behind the veil that the controllers would have us believe is reality, yeah, you can't take us down. And our resonance only continues to climb. So we can all learn to observe our emotions and work on raising our vibration. We can choose not to be in those lower frequencies. Occasionally we dip down there when stuff happens, but as long as we are only visiting briefly, and we come back to our true resonance, that's the important thing, where you are most of the time. So yeah, when you drop down into those lower frequencies, don't beat yourself up. It's a learning experience. That's what we're here for, to learn how to manage. So I often say be in your heart. So what does that mean? Firstly, it means don't be in fear. So your emotions. You're either in fear or love. That's a choice that you get to make. If you follow your passion, whatever that passion may be, whatever feels most resonant with you as a path forward in positivity at any given moment, any day, if you follow that path, then you are raising your frequency. You don't have to think about it. What does your heart tell you should do today? As long as you're not harming anyone, you're acting from a base of love, then you're helping the world. So things you can do to raise your vibration. Feel love in whatever capacity, whether it's just love of being in the sun, love for your pet, love for your family. Think about or remember your love towards someone or something, especially the unconditional love that we have for our family, for our pets. Just doing that raises your vibration. Express gratitude. Learn how to meditate. It's not hard. You don't have to stop thinking. That's not what meditation's about. Meditation's about observing. Observing your thoughts. Think positively. And really importantly, get enough sleep. So yeah, it's not hard to do. What do you do, Samantha? Where do you dwell? Are you in survival? The opulence that surrounds you would tend to make people think you weren't, but that's not what it's about. It's about what you're feeling inside. Are you scared? Are you scared of stepping out of line? Are you scared of speaking your truth? Are you scared of the ramifications if you were to follow your heart? I send you love, Samantha. I send you love so that you can follow your heart. You can have the strength and the courage that you have spoken about to do what's right. To expose those that are corrupt, particularly within Parliament, as you have experienced. Are you in love or are you in fear? I send you love. And I ask that you expose the 28 who continue, those that still live, who possibly are still continuing to abuse children. But we know that there are so many more. It's not just the 28. There are so many within the legal fraternity who are compromised, who abuse children. Expose them, Samantha. Expose the 28.
As tomorrow is Anzac Day, in remembrance of our fallen soldiers and veterans and serving members, I just want to read a story, and this is from my dad.
Wait till he moves past, otherwise I won't hear. Wait till he moves past, otherwise Dad won't hear me. Just wait for the bus to move on. We've got lots of chat going on there, folks. Good day to everyone. Hey PM. Hey Pinster, Nobby, Rosalie, Daniel, Lulu. Hey Katie. are they doing? Ah, here we go. Bit of action going on here. Uh-oh, standoff. Must be an unexpected visitor. Okay, looks like we're ready to roll. Back to Hazel. Might have to start again. Yes, ready. Nick off. Hey, you, Hall.
Okay.
Going to say hello before. Okay, restart.
Okay. This is a story about my father, Dal. My brother was sifting through my father's papers and found an article which my dad had written about the battle in Borneo. This is from my father. The 10th of June 1945 was a fine sunny day on Labuan Island, British North Borneo. The 3 section of D Troop 211 Australian Commando Squadron was sent out on patrol to find a large group of Japanese soldiers. As our squad approached the crest of the hill, 2 or 3 machine guns opened fire on us. Lieutenant Ross, who was in command of the section, was hit. Trooper Paddy was killed. The section took refuge in a creek. There were Japanese soldiers running towards the creek. Corporal Hall went back to get the Bren gun and 2 magazines and gave it to me. The Japs jumped up and were running in a crouching position toward us. I opened fire on them and they hit the ground. Corporal Hall got up on his knees to check how many I had hit. Immediately, he was hit by rifle fire in the shoulder or upper chest. I pulled him into a safe position. He crawled back up the creek to the main body of 3 section. I crawled over to Corporal Connors, who had a better view of the Japanese. An enemy soldier popped up and shot Corporal Connors in the forehead. He died immediately. I killed the soldier with a short burst from the Bren gun as he was reloading his rifle. I went back and joined the main body of 3 section in the creek. Lieutenant Ross was calling out instructions to our radio operator. I decided someone should try to rescue Lieutenant Ross. The longer we stayed in that position, the more casualties we were going to suffer. As I climbed up the hill, pushing the Bren gun in front of me, I got to within 4 or 5 yards of Lieutenant Ross. He told me not to come any further, as the Japs were waiting for me. How correct he was. I came under heavy machine gun and rifle fire. When they stopped firing, I fired a burst of 9 or 10 bullets into their position. Another machine gun opened fire on me. It was so close I could feel the heat and smell the cordite and blast from the muzzle of the gun. The bullets were going over my head as I was in a depression in the ground. I reached up and forward to break a branch off a shrub so I could get and copped a bullet through my right hand. It was a mess, broken bones sticking out the back of my hand. I saw an enemy soldier aiming a rifle at me. As I tried to swing my machine gun, I received a terrific whack to the left side of my head. I thought I was dead, but could hear rifle fire and Lieutenant Ross saying, "Sorry, old man." I did not move and pretended I was dead. I knew he would not miss a second time from that distance. I came up fast. He pointed his rifle at me. No time to aim. I pressed the trigger and he was thrown backwards. As I crawled over to Lieutenant Ross to give him my water bottle, I felt a jarring pain in my chin. I had copped another bullet. Lieutenant Ross had massive bullet wounds to his lower chest. I felt very sorry for him, as I liked him and respected him. As I lay there, I tried to stop the bleeding with an old sweat towel. How could I, on my own, with a smashed right hand, drag Lieutenant Ross down the hill to the safety of the creek? Suddenly, it was silent, and I could hear Japanese officers and NCOs talking and giving orders. Hell, I thought, I've only got 12 or 15 bullets left in the magazine. I looked up and saw a Japanese corporal or sergeant throw something at me. I realised it was a grenade. It stuck in the ground 4 or 5 feet from me. All I can remember is a flash and smoke and a lot of pain to my face, eyes and mouth. Fortunately, I placed my right hand over my right eye. Otherwise, I would have been totally blind for life. I was covered in blood and couldn't do much about the bleeding. Reinforcements and 3 Australian tanks arrived. Lieutenant Ross was dragged down the hill to the creek, but died soon after. I crawled down the hill and was immediately placed on a stretcher-bearing jeep and taken to a casualty clearing station and taken by aircraft to the 26th Australian General Army Hospital on Morotai Island. The doctors, sisters and nurses were wonderful to me, and I cannot speak too highly of their care. After many months, I was brought back to Concord Army Hospital in Sydney. This is only one story out of the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of Australian men and women nurses who went to war for this country. As we remember Anzac Day tomorrow, in remembrance of these people, these men, young men and women, whether they were nurses or doctors, military, they love this country. And we would not be called Australia if it wasn't for these young, brave men and women. And the American military, if it wasn't for them, we would have been under the Japanese Imperial Army's rule. And we would not be here today. None of our generations would have been here today. So I thank you for listening.
Thank you, Hazel.
That really brings us back to reality. All those men and women did not go to war for our freedoms to be taken away by those who seek to control us. Those good men and women fought for our freedoms. It's up to us now to make sure that we retain our freedom, that we don't give it away, whether that be to those that seek to control us, those unelected people behind those we apparently elect who seek to control us, as well as to technology. That's another way that we can easily lose our freedoms. Mindless acceptance of technology, of AI. Thank God for those brave men and women throughout history who have stood up to defend the common man's freedoms.
Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Never got a job, never wore a mask. 2 years go past and we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They raided the camps, done all the camps. Who kicks out the camp, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They broken the roads, broken the law, but can't break the spirit now. We're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They smashed my car and locked me up, but I'm out on bail and I'm still here. They try so hard, we try not laugh. They turn my car, the next day's back in the same car park. These cops ain't smart, I'ma make a drop this charge. Son, you watch, we take it back to the start. No D's, no titles, no trespass. Now we charge you, tables are turned. We come with the proof for all the assaults, all the abuse. Nobody gonna cut me the loose, knock off. Yeah, who at the door? Makada, bring on the storm. Library to empty, thought we were gonna regroup and come back to the front lawn. Yeah, we're still ain't got no fear. We won't cry, still ain't shed no tear. The sense of we still here. Is that all you got? We take on you mob, we unite. You don't call it, sovereign's been here all along. And they're still here, yeah, they're still here. Return of the sovereign, but they never left. Yeah, they're still here, yeah, they're still here. Yeah, they're still here, the oldest civilization. It's been how many years? They're still here. Need your support for the new way this war is fought. Alowari for the law and in June income bore accords. Gotta cut out the cancer, yeah, that's what the plans are. Walk with the elders, they got the law, we got the numbers, that is the answer. Yeah, we're still here, yeah, we're still here. Never got a jab, never wore a mask. 2 years go past and we're here. Yeah, we're still here, yeah, we're still here. They raided the camps, done all the camps. Who keeps at the camp, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They've broken the roads, broken the law, but can't break the spirit now. We're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They smashed my car and locked me up with a man on bail and I'm still here. They see us come, we see them run. Now we are one, free our daughters, free our sons. Yeah, they're getting scared. Front line, you can bet I'm there. Even when we're gone, our spirit lives on. Yeah, we ain't going anywhere. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Never got a job, never wore a mask. 2 years go past and we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They raid at the camp, found all the camps. Who kicks at the camp, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They've broken the roads, broken the law, but can't break the spirit now. We're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They smashed my car and locked me up with a man on bail and I'm still here.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie dokie. Thank you, PM, for this lovely flag. Oh yeah,
Which way are we going to face first?
Where are we going?
I nearly forgot. Nothing unusual. Oh, let's get it straight.
Oh, good.
Up and down. It's a bit hard to
There's a
see.
leaf. There's a branch.
Anyway, that'll be
Okay. Okay, Dave. Come on.
2, 3, 4.
Jesus loves the little children, all the children of the world. Red and yellow, black and white, they're all precious in his sight. Jesus loves the little children of the world.
Boom, ba-dum.
Jesus loves the little children, all the children of the world. Red and yellow, black and white, they're all precious in his sight. Jesus loves the little children of the world. They're up for sale!
no, 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 no. So, how's everybody going? Kind of cook today. There we go. Oops, sorry, trying to find your chat on my phone. It's not happening for me. Here we go. Got a lot of chat today, guys. A lot of stuff about the Pope I'd noticed. And Fauci. I'm sure you mean Soros there, way back in the chat.
Oh,
Marguerite, you're being led astray by Pinster.
It's still got a bit of stuff in
Tan Carol.
oh no, just next time.
Oh, the autistic, yeah.
It just falls. When you move something, you know, when you take something out, it falls. So.
Oh, I shouldn't have the trolley in there. I don't use it. But
It's
so you can't leave stuff lying, too much stuff lying everything.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if there's a definitive answer about what autism is caused by. There's, different things. Certainly in my research, there's a lot of detoxification issues with the autistic folks. So they have a difficulty detoxifying things that normally you should be able to detoxify. I saw a case of a family where they had an autistic child, and they did toxin studies on the whole family.
bye, guys. See ya when sometime Saturday.
Yeah, so they did toxin studies on the whole family. So the whole family is obviously living in the same house, in the same circumstances, and you'd think the same genetics. But they found that the child with autism had extremely high levels of toxins. And I think they might have done some genetic testing and found that various detoxification genes were absent or inactive. So that's certainly one aspect. And so obviously we're inundated with toxins all the time. But it can be simple things like this particular family, they had a synthetic basketball court at the family home, and that was the toxin, that the gases or whatever that were released from that compound was one of the things that this child could not process. So yeah, they got rid of all of that, and I believe the child improved after they either moved or they ripped up the basketball court. But yeah, lots of things, and obviously other things cause toxins such as jibby jabs, which contain lots of nasty chemicals, and minor toxic ingredients like